Hello everyone, I'm Venlazapine, although some of you may know me from my Liker channel. So, here's a quick question. What the fuck happened? Let's just say I did not see this coming at all, especially because I only started uploading this year.
2023 for the time travelers.
You could say, oh, but it's just a couple hundred views, big deal. But I like to think of it this way. Imagine for a minute that you are in a room with 500 people, and your task is to introduce yourself to each and every one of them. Let's assume you want to be polite and give off a good first impression, so in order to really hit it off well, the introduction can be done in 30 seconds. To get to each and every person in the room, and if you had the perfect efficiency, it would take you 30 seconds, that's half a minute. You multiply that by 500, you get 250 minutes. To get the hours, you divide that by 60, and that is 4 hours and 10 minutes. How many views does it have now? Oh. That's a lot of time for introductions. And speaking of which, let's spec up a little bit. Hello everyone, I'm Venlazapine, although some of you may know me from my Liker channel. Yes, I'm really making an introduction video more than 10 months after I began uploading. And yes, I don't know how to. Can you tell? Listen! I don't know how to react to this amount of attention on my silly little project. To say I was unprepared for this, mentally, would be a colossal understatement. This channel was sitting at around 15 subscribers for half a year! And in just the last week or so, it more than doubled. Literally. So I figured now would probably be a proper time for an introduction. Hello everyone, I'm not doing this shit again. You might be wondering what will happen next. When is my next release? Etc, etc. What is the general plan for this channel? In other words. Well, some of you may have already figured it out based purely on my upload schedule. But in case you didn't, yeah, I really can't blame you for that. I never officially stated what the main objective for this channel actually is. There were a few hints in my songs, but
not gonna lie, finishing just one song a month for me is fucking hard. Truth be told though,
that's not too much to go off of. If you take a look at my song releases, you see 1 month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 4, and so on. In other words, I'm uploading a new song every first and you can't stop me. Now, there is a few reasons for it, but let's start at the very beginning. I'm not new to music making. I've been making music on and off for about 5 years now, but when I mention on and off, I mean it. You see, I was never really productive much. In a year, I would finish like 10 very bad instrumentals. We all have to start somewhere, and you better be thankful, by the way, I spared you from the actual first few instrumentals that I made. This one was from like half a year in. Again, I was very unproductive when I started. Once the instrumentals got somewhat decent, I would use them for actual songs with vocals. Now, heads up, even those songs were very bad. Every day when the evening comes, I'm always on my way to hell. Might as well say this now, so there isn't any confusion. Every single song I made features an instrumental of my own creation. The only exception to this rule was the instrumental for my song Fake Lust, which was made by somebody else. But then I basically redid the entire thing, applied my own effects, completely erased the bass line, and also added a brand new kick pattern in the process. Anyway, there's nothing in my world more than this. You suffocated me with your fake lust. Before 10 months ago, I would finish like 2 whole songs a year. on a good year. There were other years that I don't really want to talk about, which yielded a whole lot of fucking nothing. Don't really like certain parts of music making, vocal editing being one of them. And if you are as good a singer as me, yeah, you'll need a lot of vocal takes to make it sound any good. And I mean a lot, which obviously takes even longer to edit. Putting the finishing touches on a project is also not really my strongest side. You know, applying risers for energy, finalizing the melodies, chords, and effects used. Generally said, mixing the whole thing together. Oh, and did I mention I'm also a perfectionist? Well, what does that mean? I never really think it's done.
I am a perfectionist, can't upload shit till I am happy with the song, which I won't be no forsaker.
One of the reasons why I'm so bad at finishing projects is because there's just always something you can add. Always something that can sound better. There could always be better melodies, vocal or instruments, otherwise clever automations, the mix can always sound cleaner and so on. Also, I have a very high standard for myself. I look down upon my work and I don't really ever think it's good enough. Needless to say, the finishing part of the project just takes absolutely forever for me, if not completely impossible. Yet another problem was, I would just get fucking bored, obviously. If I actually worked on a project for too long, eventually getting it sound right would take so long for me that the end result was just not ever worth it anymore. In other cases, it actually took so long that I no longer even connected with the lyrics at all, which just completely defeats the purpose in my opinion. Remember, to make it sound perfect, you need an infinite amount of time. And also, there is no such thing as perfect. Objective perfection, I mean. No matter what you do, not everyone will think it's perfect. On the opposite side of the spectrum... Spectrum, because I'm autistic, get it? You will encounter people that genuinely think your song is perfect. That is because it is. To them. I came upon this realization when one of my dear friends who also makes music ended up deleting a few tracks from his EP because he just did not like them. To me, it was a shock because I absolutely adored the sound, and now it's gone forever. This is the main reason why I now think that trying to make it sound perfect is stupid. I knew that making music is my passion, and so I wanted to make some drastic changes in the ways that I would go about it. Just like people on the 1st of January applying to the gym, I too uploaded my first ever song on this channel publicly on the 1st of January, in hopes that I could, you know, keep it up. The high will fade into another lie. You can check the project out here or there. I don't really know how this works. Although I don't really advise it, because it sounds like ass. From then on, I set aside the goal to upload one song every 1st of the month. This is what stayed true until this point, and it's most likely the reason why you ended up checking out my song Stress in Mind in the first place.
Cause every time I close my eyes, I keep stress in mind. Every part of me believes that I'm no good alive. Don't say when...
For that, I humbly thank all of you. In short, I mentioned that I'm a perfectionist and never really feel like uploading anything unless I'm 100% happy with something. So, since that just does not happen, I need something called an external trigger that will just make me upload it. For this external trigger, I just need something completely out of my control. Following that logic, I cannot control when the 1st of the next month will come. Because it's just time. It goes and goes. I can't stop it. Oh, and neither can you, by the way, in case you didn't know. Hate to break it to you. The idea is, whatever the song I was working on for that month ends up sounding like, by the next 1st of the month, I have to upload it. No delaying, no bullshit, no nothing. I just do it.
Anyway, might just postpone for another day, but I don't want to do especially since the first only comes once a month and it's...
And by the way, I know I'm making a lot of references to my song Busy Mind, but it's honestly pretty great. You ought to check it out. Okay, now has uploading like this caused me an immense amount of pain and stress? Yes. Has it been incredibly effective? Sadly, yes. Have I improved over the last 10 months? Well, I'm just gonna let you decide on that one.
The high will fade into another lie. I'm tired of feeling distant, so I stare. Cause every time I close my eyes, I keep stressing mind. Every part of me believes that I'm no good alive.
This whole concept is working out so well for me that I have decided to completely base this entire channel on it. To the point that if I don't upload a song by the next first, I'm dead. Either that or there's a very good reason for it. Like I'm almost dead. I know that 1 month to wait for the next song is quite long. I have to say that I found out the hard way that working on songs any faster or making other types of content while still making sure the next song will be ready for the first, that just makes me severely burnt out. I might have had a complete mental breakdown on February this year, February 8th, but let's not get into that. I might talk about it in a song later, but who knows. You'll just have to subscribe and wait. As mentioned previously, I do have another channel under the name Liker, where I upload every Monday. If you are interested, of course. You might not know the game I'm playing there, but it's a long format live commentary nonetheless. If you ever feel like you want to get to know me better, I suppose this is the best thing that I can offer you to watch. The link to the channel is also in the description. At the end of the day, it just means that you'll have something to look forward to every month. And that's another major reason why I have decided to do things like this. As you may have heard, my lyrics focus on my mental health, and I know that a lot of people, especially young men, are dealing with this every day. I want my songs to relate to them, and you in part, and I also wanted to uplift them. You are not alone. We are all going through some shit, and you just have to do what you can to get by. I really like the way my favorite artist of all time said it.
Focused and we hustle, but we still be getting high. No exception to the rule, do what you do to get by, cause I keep...
E-Double was honestly incredible. He is sorely missed. While on the topic of uplifting songs, that will actually be my next song for the 1st of November. One more thing to say before I dip. My music was, is, and forever will be completely free. You can download each and every song of mine directly from my official Google Drive page, which you can find once again in the description down below. And that's it. That's all I wanted to say, I guess. Thank you for sticking by until the end of the video. I know it was a long one, but I needed to say these things. My general goal is just to keep uploading like I have been doing, not really to reach a specific sub-goal or anything like that. If I do get huge one day, it will be awesome, of course, but it's not really what I'm going for, at least not right now. Anyway, I'ma get out of here. Thank you once again for your support, and I'll see you around. Bye.
Need your help, no.